All right, class, welcome to Organic Chemistry 1 online. Today we're going to be doing some steam distillation of some orange peels and doing an extraction with soybean oil. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Sounds good. All right, first things first, we're going to have to hand grade some limonene oils. Editor, time to hyperspeed. All right, class, we have our orange peel shavings here, all nice and ready to go for our steam distillation. I'm going to set it up and I'll cut to when it's ready.
Alright, so step one, we got our water in our pot. Two, we've put our strainer in the pot. We've got our orange peel shavings around the base of our collection glass. Next step is to put the condenser on top. Alright, now we got our condenser full of some ice water. Time to go ahead and put some aluminum foil around these edges so these holes don't release any steam.
All right, class, so let's just make sure you're paying attention. What are we doing right now?
Steam distillation.
That's right, steam distillation. What are we going to do after that?
Extraction.
Extraction. Good. And then, what are we steam distilling out of these orange peel slices?
Limonene.
Limonene. Good job. Now, is it ever okay to touch a hot pot or stove without hot mitts?
No.
No, that's right. How will we know our experiment was successful? That's right, Raider, because our oil will smell like oranges. And if you didn't understand him, that's okay, because he's a dog. You're not supposed to. All right, class, now it's time to turn off the heat as our reaction has run to completion enough. I'm going to remove the condenser when the water stops boiling so it's cooled down for a minute or two. All right, so we're going to cut back when we're a little cleaned up. Everything's cooled off. All right, we're going to begin pouring our mixture in now that it's cooled off. I don't know if you can see there's a small level of liquid on top of the water. That would be our limonene, as it is less dense and is not miscible with water. So I'm going to pour this into our extraction bottle with a cup of water and a cup of soybean oil, and we will be back when it's time to do an extraction. And also, just a quick side note, we can have a quick hint of whether or not our extraction is, or whether or not our steam distillation worked. So there's a strong orange scent from our liquid, indicating that we probably got some limonene out. So as you see, when I pour this in, some of the oil goes a little too far and then bounces back up into the oil layer. And that's because the oil is nonpolar and the water is polar, so they repel each other. They don't want to mix. And then the oil you can see is on top, and that is because it is less dense than water, which is why our limonene was on top of the water as well. All right, as you can see here, we've got a clear separation of our two layers. If this was a clear liquid, we could do a drop test and test that out with some water, and the water would pass through the layer and go into the water layer. As you see, we got two distinct layers there. And our limonene will be chilling in this oil layer because it is nonpolar as well. So I'm going to do an extraction, probably sped up. I'm going to shake and vent, drain the aqueous layer, this water layer, and then we'll reapply the aqueous layer 2 more times. And then once we extract the water layer, I'll drain the organic layer out as well, and we will do a safe waft scent of the oil to see if it smells like oranges. And that will determine whether or not we were successful in getting our limonene out. So as you can see, just a quick side note for the first round of extraction. So you can see the layers are separating here because we forced them to mix and they didn't want to. So now they're just separating themselves out, so water on the bottom and the soybean oil and limonene on top. And we'll just let that go through until they've kind of clearly separated and settled, and then we'll go from there. Now, I will do this off camera, but we are going to pour the aqueous layer back in, or we're going to pour some water back in, and then repeat that process 2 more times. And since that will take a long time, we are going to cut to when it's time to just take out our oil and smell if it smells like oranges. We'll be right back. Start over. All right, now it's time for our final step. We're just going to take that oil out, put it in this cup, and then just do some wafting to see if it smells like some oranges. You can see this is our vegetable oil. I'd say we did pretty good. Definitely smells like oranges. If this were ideal, we would have a rotovap and we could take the soybean oil out, or if we were in class, we wouldn't be using soybean oil. But this is the best we can do. We got limonene out, and we know that because after our extraction was performed, we can smell oranges in our soybean oil. All right. Have a great semester, guys.